But excellence in the gym is only a part of their story. They have also distinguished themselves outside the sport as well. And for the next 2 hours, you'll see the Mag 7 like you've never seen them before. There's a little classical music. A touch of Hollywood.
Everybody, Kerri Strug. This is an humble... I brought you a gift here, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Pet tricks.
Get up, Noah, get up. I think
Some pets of a wilder sort. A lot of excitement. And a whole lot of fun.
We're going to beat each other. Yeah, I'm going to beat you this game. You saw my big Bertha drive. No one can count that. Awesome.
The Magnificent Seven, made in America. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Varsha, on tour with the Magnificent Seven. They are 7 athletes from across America who last summer in Atlanta came together to take the first team gold medal in gymnastics that has not gone to the Russians in a non-boycotted game since 1952. Their gold medal experience has had a huge impact on their lives. We'll learn more about that as our show unfolds. With me to bring them to you, ESPN gymnastics analyst Maura Driscoll. Maura, they are a very diverse group of young women.
They certainly are, and I think you'll see tonight that in many ways they are just ordinary kids and young women who happen to have extraordinary talent. One thing I think they all have in common is that their hard work and discipline, which has been cultivated in their gymnastics training, has transferred into many other areas of their lives.
No question about that. And the impact not only on the athletes, but on their sport has been tremendous.
And without even realizing it, this '96 Olympic team has had a profound impact on the sport in general, at the grassroots level by increasing the popularity of the sport, and for future generations of gymnasts by setting a new standard for women's gymnastics in the United States.
Well, those young athletes have turned out in their thousands to try to meet that new standard. Before we meet the Magnificent Seven, let's take a look at their impact. Within hours of the Magnificent Seven's triumph in Atlanta, there was a celebration across the country.
We were watching it on the couch, and we all just started jumping and screaming. It was fun. I ran around the block 4 times, getting they won the gold medal.
Hey, ladies, how do you feel?
We feel good! Oh, we feel so good!
That feeling of excitement sent young girls tumbling into America's gym.
Since last year, I had watched all of the gymnastics Olympics, and I really liked it, and it just made me feel like I could be a gymnast.
We had about a 20% increase in our enrollment here at the gym, and I think gyms across the country. But for the most part, I think you just see a general surge, and I think gyms are doing a much better job at keeping those kids involved in the sport once they do see how much fun it is.
Go, go, go. Good girl.
on the off years, on the years that we're not in the Olympics.
It's the same dream that we share.
Well, gymnastics is a very popular sport to begin with, and our team winning the gold medal in our country just made it even better. And us going on tour and doing these professional competitions is the best thing for gymnastics, because kids are seeing us continue to do the sport and continue loving it. And that's what's most important about gymnastics, is just going out there and having fun.
The Mag 7 have been the stars since taking the victory stand in Atlanta. They've been on a box of Wheaties, made guest appearances on TV shows, performed on Broadway, and have been regulars on the talk show circuit.
Here's Amanda Borden, the team co-captain, making a run. Come on, Amanda, let's do it. Here she goes. Now watch this. Oh, boy. Terrific, Amanda. Nice to see you.
These 7 have been in demand.
1996, once again, took gymnastics to a whole nother level in terms of popularity. Now there are successful post-Olympic tours, selling out crowds, lots of television coverage of our sport.
The makeup of the Mag 7 has had a lot to do with their popularity.
I think all you have to do is look at a picture of the 7 women and you see the face of America. We have a diversity that I think truly reflects the diversity of this country. It was not by design. We have the 7 best gymnasts competing at the Olympic trials in 1996, but the added value is that they do have the face of America as a part of their team.
No one has represented the face of America more than Oklahoma's Shannon Miller. She is the United States' most decorated gymnast, but she's moving on to a new challenge. Go home with Shannon when the Magnificent 7 Made in America returns after this.
Moment was seeing the flag being raised and hearing the national anthem being played. I mean, it was incredible.
It's easy to see the history of Oklahoma. The Cowboy Hall of Fame is located in Oklahoma City. Its main airport bears the name of one of the profession's most famous people. Still surrounding the state capitol building, oil wells, black gold, the reason why people came to Oklahoma in the first place. And don't forget the storied football team, the University of Oklahoma in Norman, 6-time NCAA champions. Now fast forward to the 90s, and the state has struck gold in the world of gymnastics. Another Hall of Fame has come to Oklahoma City, this one honoring the world's most famous gymnasts. Nearby Norman is the home of International Gymnast magazine and a gym run by Olympic champions Bart Conner and his wife, Olympic legend Nadia Comaneci. But it's the state's adopted daughter, the most decorated American gymnast ever, who has made Oklahoma the home of gymnastics.
And kids all over America, when they think of gymnastics, certainly women's gymnastics, they think of Shannon.
5 foot 1 inch Shannon Miller, winner of 7 Olympic medals, 2-time national and world champion, stands tall in her home state.
She's a wonderful advance messenger for Oklahoma's renaissance. You know, a lot of people don't realize this state is a gymnastics state. Bart Conner and Nadia Comaneci have a school here. And Shannon follows a tradition that is very impressive and very important to us. The fact that she's going to the University of Oklahoma, the fact that she lives and projects a good life, and she travels across the country, she says good things about our state. We love her. She is the best and the lowest paid ambassador of goodwill our state has.
It has indeed been a love affair between the people of Oklahoma and Shannon. From the parades in her honor, to the headlines of her triumphs, to her hometown commercial endorsements, even to the sign that welcomes you to Edmond, the suburb of Oklahoma City where Shannon grew up.
Everyone here has always treated me like their daughter. Doesn't matter who it is. And not even, you know, it was even before I won Olympic medals. It was just, you know, while I was growing up, they knew I had a goal, they knew I had a dream, and they were willing to help me in any way possible.
The people of Oklahoma opened their hearts to Shannon, and it was the parade and everything that happened after Barcelona was just incredible, and it's continued for 4 years.
I'm in the local Kiwanis Club, and we probably have about 55 members, and they all think they're her surrogate fathers. I mean, they've just lived everything with us, and the people that I work with, the same thing. I mean, everyone kind of claims her as their own.
She's so popular here that she was named Oklahoma Today magazine's Co-Oklahoman of 1996 with another Shannon, astronaut Shannon Lucid. The postman still gets a workout carrying her fan mail. And if you don't know Shannon's address, well, just put her name and city on the envelope, and somehow it always seems to find its way to her mailbox. Shannon's path to stardom started when she and her sister Tessa pleaded with Mom and Dad for a trampoline at Christmas. Her parents gave in, and not very long after, 5-year-old Shannon was in gymnastics classes.
You know, she was just a quiet, skinny little kid, but she was really serious right from those early years. So, although she was a pretty spectacular little kid at that time, you still never had the idea that, oh my gosh, you know, she's going to end up being the most accomplished American gymnast in the history of the sport.
Acquiring that lofty label, though, didn't begin until she was 8 years old, when her club made a pilgrimage to Moscow. While in the former Soviet Union, this quiet, skinny little kid tumbled into the sight of a visiting American coach, ironically, from her home state.
I kept a side eye on her just because I noticed that she was, you know, crying after each return, really disappointed and really trying hard. And I said, there's a girl that I can help. I know what the problem is with her. If I can channel her negative energy into something positive and learning, she looks like a pretty smart girl. I think I could help her.
I was probably really frustrating to work with, because if I ever did anything wrong, I would just start crying. And it wouldn't be because I was hurt or anything like that, or because I didn't want to be there. I love gymnastics, but it was because I was such a perfectionist that anything I did wrong, you know, it just tore me up. And Steve dealt with that really well.
Shannon's family might have literally grown up on Easy Street, but the next 12 years were anything but. 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, she worked in the gym to perfect her art. Fortunately, she was able to live at home and attend public schools because Nuno's gym was only a few miles from her house. But now, after 58 international and 49 national medals, including 2 gold, 2 silver, and 3 bronze Olympic medals, the 20-year-old is preparing for a new challenge.
I take a totally different approach to a lot of things now. I have different priorities. School and my social life come before gym in a lot of ways, although I know that I still need to keep in shape and still, you know, stay healthy enough so that I can keep competing and keep doing the shows. But it's not my whole life right now.
Well, I think everything that we accomplish Career is not over. Every time we think that, well, we've accomplished this major goal and I guess that's the end of the road, she comes up with another goal that's maybe even more amazing. Another Olympic Games, another World Championship.
She's performed on the world's athletic stage, but now Dominique Dawes is tumbling into a different venue. Dominique's life on Broadway and much more as the Magnificent Seven, Made in America, continues.
No one could have ever imagined, you know, this little girl with such bad form and no flexibility to someday be an Olympic gold medalist. Well, I started with gymnastics when I was 6 years old. And my parents put me in it because I had, you know, quite a bit of energy around the house, jumping around on furniture, breaking things, like little kids always do, and or a lot of kids do. And my parents signed me up first for tumbling at a YMCA. No one else signed up, so my mom said I was upset or disappointed about that. So she ended up finding a gymnasium that was right across the street from the mall that she would go to. And it was Wheaton Marvis Constantine's, and it's still there today.
I had held her out of competition for the first about 3 or 4 years and just trained her.
And Hill's Angels often left competitions with trophies almost as big as Dominique. It's interesting to hear how Dominique and Kelly describe their relationship over 14 years.
Dominique's relationship and mine was definitely a coach-athlete.
Just everything. I mean, you know, there's some days that she can be your best friend, but then there's other days she knows she's your coach and you better listen to what she has to say or you're going to be there all day. There's other days that she's like a mother.
It was not a mother-daughter.
And she tries to, you know, discipline you and tell you what's right from wrong and, you know, how's your social life going or how's school?
And it wasn't sisters.
And there's other days she knows she's your coach and you better listen to what she has to say.
Okay, so wherever the two happen to be has bearing on their relationship.
It was a coaching relationship. Outside of the gym, it's friends. And there's really, the only thing that's really changed from then till now is we don't have that coach-athlete relationship. Even when I work with her now, I work with her as a friend. It's not something I'm trying to push her to do this anymore, or come on, get up, you have to do another one. It's, do you want to? This looks better, try this. Yeah. But no, we sit and shoot the breeze about different things, how life is going in New York, interviews, boyfriends, the whole bit.
They say that neon lights are bright on Broadway, but Grease was the one for Dominique Dawes.
I got to perform in the musical Grease in December, again in April, May, June, and part of July. Like, I'm so excited just because Broadway is something that people train for life, just like the Olympics. And my part was Patty Simcox. I was the head cheerleader. And if you've ever seen the movie Grease, you don't see a lot of Patty at all. So they had a lot more of her on stage than I was expecting. So I was looking forward to that.
Show, Dominique did some tumbling. We took the role and we catered it to her talents. So we put some tumbling in for her. She also had to sing and she had to act as well.
She said the boys could see out my dress in the reflection. Where to go? Oh, wow! Where can I get a pair of shoes like that? Hi, kids! Oh, no. Look who's coming. Patty Simcox, the little Lulu of Rydell High.
I'm so scared because it's something that I never trained for. I've been training to be a gymnast, not to be an actress.
And little did I know that the performing from gymnastics did carry over into the stage, and it helped a little bit.
Well, don't say hello then. Wait, wow. Is there room at your table? Yeah, move over, Jan. Oh, I just love the first day of school, don't you?
It's the biggest thrill of my life.
You'll never guess what happened to me this morning. Probably not. Well, they announced this year's nominees for student council, and guess who's up for vice president? Who? Me, isn't that wild? Wild! I just hope I don't make too poor of a showing.
Well, Patty, we sure wish you all the luck in the world.
Oh, thanks. You must think I'm a terrible cause. We do! Well, I'm to introduce myself to a new friend here. Oh, I'm Sandy Dombrowski. It's a real pleasure, Sandy. We're certainly glad to have you here right now. Thank you. I'll bet you're going to be at cheerleader's house next week, aren't you? Oh, no, I'd be too embarrassed. Oh, don't be silly. I can give you a few pointers. Think I'm like, oh, son of a bitch!
When I first got there, I had no idea what to expect, and, you know, they gave me little pointers of, you know, pull the patty out from inside of you, and I was just so shy. When I don't know someone, I usually don't talk that much, and that week, you know, they had to really yank it out of me.
She definitely had to grow into the part. I mean, to go from that forum, gymnastics to this, they're two very different worlds. So it took a while to get used to, like, her timing and her comedy, you know.
Well, I was really nervous going into my first day. That was pretty terrifying. Not as terrifying as the Olympics, but it was pretty scary. The second day was actually worse. I went in there, I think, a little too relaxed, thinking that I, knew the lines from the night before and that I was going to be okay. And then right before the curtain opened, I drew a complete blank, and I had no clue what I was supposed to say or what my character was about. So I was just, like, searching frantically.
Dominique says she would like to try acting again, but what does the expert think of her chance for a career on Broadway?
I think she could have a chance.
After landing the part in Greece, Dominique says she loves the excitement, meeting new friends and trying new things, like Pilates.
Pilates is the art of control. The apparatus is just a bed with springs on it. It's like swimming. The springs become a resistance, and so the springs help support your movement, so that while you're doing something, all you have to do is breathe, and you control the range of motion with the push and pull of a spring.
I actually was introduced to Pilates from hearing about it from Jasmine Gage, and I was talking to some people from the Albanelli Ballet Academy, and I, told them my interests and my desires of what I would like to do with staying in shape and different things of staying in shape rather than just gymnastics. And they told me about Pilates. No, it's not necessarily torture. It just stretches out your body, lengthens your muscles, and hopefully gives you a better body line. Because I'm more known for a strong performer. So a lot of people use it for physical therapy, and I'm going to use it for prevention to make sure that I hopefully don't get injured. Direct shot, straight down the middle. I kind of watch, like the Masters and the PGA Open. Is that it? I mean, all those tournaments. I'm feeling good.
New York may be exciting, but Dominique seems most comfortable back home in Maryland, whether it be at Kelly's gym or hanging out with sister Danielle.
Watch this. I'm going to really drive hard with my Big Bertha.
Yeah! Woo! Woo-hoo! Yeah! Woo! Yes! I know I'm good at this.
A unique person with a unique nickname given to her by a reporter, Awesome Dawson is clearly a crowd pleaser on Broadway and on tour.
Dominique Dawes. I just like her gymnastics, and I think that she's the greatest. Awesome Dawson. She lived up to the name.
When the Magnificent Seven Made in America returns, the gold medalists show us their magic on the balance beam. Stay with us. Balance beam, the captain of the Mag 7, Amanda Borden, who was the lead-off performer on beam for the U.S. in last year's Olympics. his teammates from the U.S. team to a close '94 national championships. Miller and the rest of the Mag 7 take their place in the spotlight when the Magnificent 7 Made in America continues.
We knew it was a possibility, but you don't really think it's going to become reality until it does. It just hits you, and you're like, wow. Well, right after Atlanta, I came here to Los Angeles and appeared on Beverly Hills 90210, and I was just ecstatic. Obviously, I did a lot of the talk shows, Jay Leno and Rosie O'Donnell, and other than that, I appeared on America's Funniest Home Videos. That was just a lot of fun, introducing some videos and things. I did Touched by an Angel, and that's filmed in Salt Lake City, actually, so I went out there for a week for an episode that they did on gymnastics. And that was a lot of fun. Same sort of thing. It takes a whole week to shoot one episode. I had no idea it was like that. I've spent my whole life in the gym, so acting is obviously not my forte, but it's fun, and, you know, to do these little cameo things, get my foot in the door, and we'll see what opportunities arise.
Recently, we caught up with Kerri during one of those opportunities.
4, 3. With my guest today here at Motel, California, Kerri Strug.
Kerri's current popularity seems to be a little embarrassing for her, but once out of the public eye, she has a chance to reflect on her accomplishments.
Well, now I realize the impact my vault had. Initially, I had no idea. I would have never dreamt that a year later, everyone would still know my name and remember my vault. That it's important to people that there is more to sports. It's showing that people do care, you know, more than just about the winning and losing. They want to see people, you know, pulling through when the times are tough.
Thanks, this is great. Everyone's making me feel really special, and I'm just so ecstatic that we won the gold.
You know, I've had a great time this past year and wonderful opportunities of meeting lots of celebrities, and I think that's definitely made an impact to see them and see that they're normal people. And
now that is Kerri's goal, to be a normal person and to do normal things like play tennis.
Yeah. You're good. That was your fault.
Oh, man. Oh, you beat me.
Sorry, you
That's
know,
right.
I'm
I'll
just
get to
good
the
at
next
everything.
Well, your average tennis player is not an average college student. This two-time Olympian is now a UCLA Bruin and seeking a more normal way of life.
Well, the year went great at UCLA. I think it was really good for me to get involved in school, to keep my feet on the ground, and just get back into the academics, because I took a year out to train for Atlanta. And, you know, with all the excitement and the hype after the games, it brought me down and got me, you know, into normal daily activity. I knew 5 days a week I'd be going to school. Well, I joined a sorority, Kappa Alpha Theta, and that's been one of the best decisions I've made. We have Monday night dinner, so I get to go and talk to the girls, and, you know, they're not interested in gymnastics or where I've been or what I've done, so I get to kind of, you know, just be myself. I had an opportunity to go to a football game, a basketball game, some date parties, and some other social events, and, you know, it was good for me to get kind of in that groove, because for so long, all I did was train, and I wasn't really interested in anything else. So it's been a tremendous learning experience, not just academically inside the classroom at UCLA, but in an all aspect of life sort of thing. I started doing my own laundry. I started, you know, having to go to the bank to get my money, just becoming much more independent. Obviously, I help out with the UCLA women's gymnastics team and kind of be a mediator between the coach and the girls.
Kerri lives on campus with roommate Libby. Together, they share an age-old problem, parking.
You're not going to believe this.
What?
They changed our parking again.
No, she did not. Why?
I don't know. I guess Kerri just left us a message. So, change number 3, third time's a charm. Maybe we'll make it through the rest of the summer with the same parking space.
While Kerri strives for a normal life,
This is good for my ankle, they told me.
her fans are still never very far away.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm real excited. You know, I'm fortunate. I think I have the best of everything now, that I can still go to school and then on the weekends tour with the girls. I'm really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to have a terrific time. We're We're going to help promote the sport of gymnastics and, you know, just enjoy ourselves.
As Kerri adjusts to college life, her teammate at Karoli Gymnastics last year is setting her sights on the 2000 Olympics. Dominique Moceanu in the gym and in the water. The Magnificent Seven, made in America, will be right back.
Now shows her winning a gold medal in the 2000 Olympics. Originally, she was going to skip this year's national championship, but she decided to compete. She finished 9th and represented the U.S. at the Worlds in September.
All right, that was good. Good stuff.
As long as I keep rising and hopefully become a champion again, that's my goal, try to be back up on the top and do the best that I can. And that's all I can hope for. And, you know, even if things didn't work out this year, hopefully next year they'll work out even better. But I'm not going to say that it didn't work out because I'm really pleased with what happened and how I did this year.
Meanwhile, she is a junior at Northland Christian High School in Houston while working out at the gym. Oh, the gym? They say everything's bigger in Texas, and well, the home of Moceanu Gymnastics is one more example. This is what the largest gymnastics facility in the world looks like. The 70,000 square foot gym opened in May. It is a second home for Dominique.
Right now I'm back into training 6 hours a day, and it's back to normal, training a lot, school, homework, same thing. Don't have much time to go out anymore.
But during the summer, Dominique has a chance to take a little break from her hectic schedule.
Welcome to Splash Pad. Run on that big one. Awesome. That was fun.
I love getting out with my friends and doing that stuff. It's just seldom that I get to. So when I do get so excited because I don't have much time to do it. So when I do, I just go all out, have fun.
Even at play, the presence of a gold medalist attracts fans. Her celebrity status also has its benefits, as Dominique and her 8-year-old sister Christina were center stage in the jet ski show.
Come on, y'all need to get loud out there. Scream for me. You're doing great, Dominique.
Dominique is twice as old as Christina, and she likes playing the role of big sister.
I love my sister, and
She's really sweet, and I always try to protect her and take care of her. But I'm seeing her grow up now. She's getting prettier and more beautiful every day. We get along really well most of the time. You know, sometimes little sisters, you know, sometimes you guys can get into your arguments, but, you know, that's normal.
No, it's halfway. It's more than halfway.
Dominique is an idol for her. She looks at her, whatever she does, she wants to do it too, and practically they just adore each other. So that's a very good relationship between the sisters.
It's not hard to find out who Dominique's idols are.
I like Leonardo DiCaprio, and I like Brad Pitt, and they're good and they're cute.
While Dominique would like to join her two idols on the silver screen someday, she got an early test on another kind of film this past summer.
Now I'm modeling for 579, the clothes store in the mall. It's a teenager store. And not necessarily only teenagers, it's, you know, an all-girls store. But I'm really excited about that. That's been a lot of fun for me now. And, you know, I love taking pictures and, you know, wearing clothes at the mall. And, you know, I love shopping, so that fits me perfectly.
Dominique's gold medal is just the beginning of the script that this Hollywood native would like to write. The perfect ending? A world title and more gold in Sydney in 2000. Now that's a movie Dominique would love to star in. Somewhere on this ranch in Texas are two of the most successful gymnastics coaches of all time. You'll meet them and a few of their friends when the Magnificent Seven Made in America return.
Now the captain, Amanda Borden, who did not actually compete on this event in Atlanta. Let's check out her bar routine tonight. Up next, Dominique Moceanu, who finished 9th all around at the Olympic Games, just behind the highest U.S. finisher, Shannon Miller. Now this is Shannon Miller, one of whose 7 Olympic medals was a Dominique Dawes, who just missed medaling on the bars in last year's Olympic Games, finishing 4th. Finally, Amy Chow, who joined Shannon Miller as the only American individual medalists at the 96 Games, winning the silver on this event. Watch for her signature move, the Chow. Amy Chow, who's not only one of the world's best gymnasts, she also plays an accomplished concert piano. Amy's story and a look at the Cincinnati kids as the Magnificent Seven Made in America returns after this. Marcia, along with Maura Driscoll. Maura, it's amazing to see these athletes enjoying their Olympic experience in their normal lives. They're not one-dimensional at all. They have more going on than just gymnastics.
And so often we only see these athletes in their element of intense competition when they're extremely focused. But what we're seeing tonight is that this intensity is merely one facet of their personality. And coming up, we'll learn a little bit more about the Cincinnati duo, Amanda Borden, who was the team captain in '96, and Jaycie Phelps, a typical high school senior, plus their coach, Mary Lee Tracy, who guided them to the Olympic stage in Atlanta and then joined them there as the assistant coach of the '96 Olympic team.
We'll see the Magnificent Seven in their floor exercise routines coming up, and we'll visit with Amy Chow as she begins her freshman year at Stanford University. It's all coming up. Stand by for more of the Magnificent Seven Made in America.
Man, this gray hair makes me look old.
Then do what I did. Get rid of it.
You were gray? I never knew that.
No one can tell you used the remarkable discovery called Just for Men.
Podium. Let's go. Olympic gold medals.
Well, maybe not all the time.
He wanted to know what it was like to be a gymnast so bad that first time he met her, he had to try on a leotard. And Casey's a big guy. And that leotard didn't fit so well.
Yeah,
but
it didn't, you know, it was kind of wanted to feel what it was like John said.
Right.
I didn't quite make it. Didn't quite make it.
Jaycie has made sure that her commitment to elite gymnastics hasn't sacrificed her friendships out of the gym.
She's always been that way with school friends. No matter where we've been with gymnastics, she's always had school friends outside of the gym that she's been able to keep up with, to keep her a little bit more normal. I know some kids, their friends are just in the gym in gymnastics, but she's always managed to have friends outside, which I think that really helps. Get away from the gymnastics, just totally get away from it, go have fun, and then when she's back in the gym, it's totally gymnastics again. So maybe that's what's helped make it successful, is that she does have
Get in.
I am. Oh,
We're leaving.
I'm riding shotgun. No, I called it. Nuh-uh. I just did. I just called it before. It's a shotgun.
No.
Give it back. No.
Take two rides.
Jaycie and her mom live in a Cincinnati apartment to be close to the gym, while her dad and brother live a couple of hours away in Greenfield, Indiana. It is not the easiest of living arrangements, but Jaycie is fortunate to have Amanda Borden training in the same gym.
Amanda, how do you feel?
I'm feeling really good.
She is a little bit of little sister to me. I try to watch over her as much as I can. You know, on tour, we try to do things together. But it's a really special relationship, and I know that it's going to last forever.
Jaycie has succeeded in the roller coaster ride of elite competition, but her gymnastics triumphs are matched by her excellence in the classroom. Jaycie is an A student who is hoping to experience a normal senior year.
I'm going to go to homecoming. I'm going to go to prom. I'm in Senate this year. I'm not going to be competing this year because of my knee injury, so I'll have a lot more opportunities now.
Jaycie had knee surgery 2 years ago and again last year. A third one is scheduled for December. She's hoping that the 2000 Olympics is in her future, but she's realistic.
I always look at it as everything happens for a reason, and if I can continue competing, I'll still be able to do that.
How does the dog of an Olympic coach act on a trampoline? Meet Noah and his owner, Olympic assistant coach Mary Lee Tracy, whose guidance helped Jaycie and Amanda become Olympic gold medalists.
Dominique Moceanu finished 4th on the floor exercise in the Atlanta Olympics, edged out by teammate Dominique Dawes, who took home the bronze. Now Amanda We'll be back with more of the Magnificent Seven Floor Show.
Here to jump to normal space? Find out why.
This past summer, Shannon Miller won the all-around gold at the World University Games, as well as help. She's from San Jose, California, so it seems appropriate that while she dances to the music of the Beach Boys, Bach might be the music of choice for Amy Chow out of the gym. A look at the two-time Olympic medalist when the Magnificent Seven Made in America returns.
Excited because that's been one of my dreams for a long time, and I knew that I was going to go in there and accomplish something that I've always wanted to do.
Chow's many talents began to surface at an early age. The only question was, what would she excel in? The answer, whatever she set her mind to.
Well, I started here when I was 4. I've been taking piano ever since. I really enjoy it. It's something besides gymnastics that I do.
Even when she was very small and her mother wasn't here, this was all on her own. She was always very determined to do her best. She practiced very faithfully. a straight-A student at school, went to the gym, came home, did her piano every day that she was home. She participated in the international recording competition when she was little and won some gold medals. Amy is basically the same. She has always had good concentration, determination, and of course the same thing that makes her a wonderful athlete applies to piano. She has great fingers.
Well, they both take a lot of dedication, and obvious that one's more active.
For Amy, the active one began at an even earlier age, here at the West Valley Gymnastics.
When she first came here, she was about 3, and I really wasn't doing much of the preschool program at that time, but she started to show up. Within the first year, we started to notice some things about it that were pretty amazing. Every young coach that really has aspirations in the competitive field always thinks they're going to have a kid that'll make the Olympic team, but...
Not only did he have an Olympic player, but also a 2-time Olympic medalist. While Amy shared the team gold, she also earned a silver on her favorite event, bars.
I think anything you want to do and you want to do well, it takes, the normal things like discipline, concentration.
And according to Coach Mark Young, gymnastics has helped Amy Chow.
Since the Olympic Games, though, and the pro tour that she went on and all that, she's really grown up a lot. And she's always been a really, really nice kid and really sweet and just a great kid to be around. But she's opened up a lot, too.
Still, some things never change.
Even though she'll continue to dabble with gymnastics, she's still got that work ethic. I mean, she's in here every day, and all she's preparing for is the tour and the pro meets.
There's lots of lessons that, you can learn from gymnastics, and not only, physically, but, like, I've had to be very efficient with my, work in order to squeeze gymnastics in with my schedule. I don't know, I've learned how to be dedicated, how to concentrate. I felt really satisfied with what I did, at the Olympics, and I don't know, it's just time to do something a little different.
You hear about people that's all they do is gymnastics, or all they do is this, or all they do is that, and she always had several activities that she was involved in, and to be, that's kind of a single-mindedness thing, that she decided that she wanted to do several activities. One was gymnastics, and one was the music, and one was to keep her school up. Not many people are capable of doing that, but that's kind of a focus and a single-mindedness. Now she's decided that she wants to get started with her schoolwork in college.
Well, I think it's important to get a college education and to get a good job, and I just feel that I need to start now, because if I want to be a pediatrician, it's going to take a long time. I don't know, I just like exploring different things and like, how our bodies work and stuff. I like math, maybe because it's so precise. But I also like biology and like learning about different animals and ourselves. And missed.
Amy and her younger brother Kevin have always been very close. They have shared experiences from gymnastics to excellence in the classroom.
My brother, he does gymnastics also, so we can, talk to each other if we're having problems or something, and we can understand, the gymnastics terms.
I'm interested in math and want to be, work with physics and...
He likes taking things apart.
Yeah.
Amy is so organized, she can even manage to schedule some fun in a busy day. Amy has excelled in gymnastics and at the piano. One can only imagine what lofty goals will be reached at Stanford and beyond. What's in store for the 2000 Olympics? We'll tell you when the Magnificent...
The Magnificent 7, made in America, is being brought to you by Disney on Ice, the spirit of Pocahontas. Coming to an arena near you for a limited time. Come relive all the adventure live on ice. And so there they are, America's Magnificent 7. 7 athletes joined together by their gold medal experience in the Atlanta Games. Maura, at the beginning of the show, we talked about their impact on the sport, and we heard them described as the face of America in all their diversity. I guess my question for you is this a one-time thing for American gymnastics?
I think in many ways it is. This team has certainly made their mark on the sport by inspiring thousands of little girls to get involved in gymnastics, which is terrific for USA Gymnastics. But what a lot of people don't realize is that this 96 team was very unique because of the presence of 3 two-time Olympians, Shannon Miller, Dominique Dawes, and Kerri Strug. There's now a new international rule which has increased the Olympic age limit to 16 years old, which could change the face of the sport. The 2000 Olympic Games could very well be the last time we see a 2-time Olympian on a U.S. women's gymnastics team.
In fact, if that rule had been in place in 1996, Dominique Moceanu would not have been an Olympic gold medalist. But that's a story yet to play out in the games of Sydney, Australia in the year 2000. For now, we have the exploits of the Magnificent Seven to savor. We hope you've enjoyed watching them with us. I'm Bob Barsha. For Maura Driscoll, thanks for being with us. So long, everyone.